Application Designer's Time Series Chart, or TSC, is one of our most popular data visualizations. However, we found that performance is not satisfactory with large volumes of data. And as you know, this is usually the case with time series data. All relevant data is returned to the client for processing so that it doesn't need to be refreshed unless certain parameters are changed. But large volumes of data are slow to return and slow to process on the client. We've made changes to the block itself and released a specialized TSC connector that only returns the data points displayed on that chart. The block sends the requested parameters to the connector, which retrieves the data from the data source, crunches the numbers, and sends back only the data actually displayed. For example, rather than sending 60,000 records for 180 buckets, we're only returning 180 records. This results in a fast and scalable user experience. The disadvantage of this approach is that it is repeated every time the chart is interacted with, such as zooming or changing the asset selection. A TSC SQL connector is available now, and the functionality will be rolled out for Azure Data Explorer and Historian next. You will need the 4.3 release for the block enhancement, and thereafter, simply load the new connectors as they are made available. Alternatively, you can continue using the original connectors for smaller data volumes to avoid the load between interactions. I have a demo by Dragon, another one of our talented developers, of the new connector in action. We discovered during a trial run through that my audio is not going to play, or the audio of the video is not going to play through from you. So this is my first run through with the script, so let's just see how that goes when we play the video. This is the new TSC SQL connector, which is pulling the selected fields that we have for this time range and this interval size. We can see that the request was returning in less than 400 milliseconds, and the size is 45 kilobytes. If I open the request now, we can see that we have 179 records or buckets, and for each packet, we have the selected field with their corresponding min and max values that are actually showing on this one. Now, what we've said is if we move the range, it's going to send a new request, the same size and the same time. If we move the range, if we increase or decrease the interval size, we should have double the buckets.